Yeah. Awesome. That is great. For those who don't know, I am also a rock climber. I also work at a rock wall in Beaverton. But for also that you guys may not know, Oregon is very, very popular with rock climbing. Over in Central Oregon, we have Smith Rock, which people literally come across the country to go rock climbing there because it's so beautiful and it's so big and has so many routes that people climb, which is really awesome about Oregon with that. So I'm here to inform you about rock climbing here and the traditions in rock climbing. So to go back some history of rock climbing, the first noted time that people went rock climbing was in Mount Blanc, which is in the French Alps. And it was considered mountaineering, but that was the first recorded fact of that. And then from that, it went into the 1880s, where Great Britain actually made it a sport. And then after that, it went into the 1940s, where World War II happened and nylon rope was created. And then it kind of just progressed throughout history from that, and it became such a popular thing. And then the 1980s is when it came to the United States. And it became super popular that people didn't realize it. And that's when Smith Rock got really popular with that. So that is pretty much the history of it. I'm going to talk about 3 different types of climbing. There's free climbing, lead climbing, and top rope climbing. Free climbing is the ballsiest of all of them. It's pretty much you're going up without a rope. If you fall, you're going down. Then it's lead climbing, where you have a rope connected to you, and as you climb, you clip on, and just if you fall, the little clips will catch you. And the most popular of all of them is the top rope climbing, which people do at just rock climbing gyms. This is what I do in my gym. And it's the rope at the top, and pretty much someone else is belaying you while you climb. So within that is the challenging of the gradings. So pretty basic. When you start rock climbing, you start easy. After you're done doing that, you go to a medium, go hard, so you progress. So at my work, I use the Yosemite Decimal System. It is the most popular grading system in the United States, and they have different classes with it. So class 1 is pretty much hiking up a trail. Class 2 is cross-countrying over and going over brush and trees. Class 3 is when you're scrambling on rocks with your hands and feet, something that you would do like when you were a kid. And then class 4 is steep incline with a rope, and class 5 is the most popular that people do, is you're going vertical on an incline climbing up with a rope on you. And so class 5 is where people go into the whole grading system. So it goes 5.0 to 5.9. And that was when the 1980s came along, and the shoes were created, rock climbing shoes, that made such a good grip on the wall that they had to increase the grading system because people just got so good at it. And so it had a little difficulty because they decided to go to 6.0, but it kind of messed up with them that they decided to go from 5.9 to 5.10 to 5.11. But what they found is 5.10 and 5.11 is just way too hard in between them, so they put A, B, C, and D in between it, so it would get more of a good balance for everyone. But so that's pretty much the grading system. According to the climbers.org, the website of the Yosemite Decimal System, I last accessed February 23rd, 2015. They defined the classes as this, and I thought it was very funny, so I decided to share it with you. Class 1, you fall and you're stupid. Class 2, you fall, you break your arm. Class 2, you fall, you break your leg. Class 2, you fall, you're almost dead. And class 5, you fall, you're dead. So that's kind of just the different classes on what you feel about that. My next is going over the safety rituals. So I brought in my harness today and a rope to show you about the different safety rituals here. So I'm going to show you how I put this on normally. Because I work at a rock wall, we have to check harnesses before people climb because of just safety purposes, making sure that people aren't dumb and put it on the wrong way, which has happened, if you're wondering. I've caught a lot of people with that. So pretty much you're just making sure all of these are tight. All of them are basic. The legs aren't as important as the harness on the waist. What we check for mainly kids is just if you put 2 thumbs in, you're pushing down. If it doesn't come down, that's good. If it's falling off your legs, that's a bad thing. But these are the 3 things that we mainly look at, making sure these are all double backed. This harness is pretty good because they're already double backed. You just have to tighten it. Others, you have to literally put the strap into the back of it. But yeah, this is pretty easy. This is how you do it, and you just check for these, making sure it's not falling down. And that's pretty much what I look at when I work there, and what other people look at. But along with that, this is what happens when you go into rock climbing. But when you go to a new gym, what you do is some people went to belay, which means you are like pulling the rope for someone else who's climbing. You have to take a safety test, a belay test. And this is my Planet Granite belay test that I got, and this just means that I passed the test. They know that I can do it. But this is my rope. It's not a rock climbing rope. I just took it from my dad's garage. But these are the knots that you have to do at my gym. A lot of gyms require different kind of knots, but this is the double figure 8 knot and the safety knot. And this goes, well, pretend this goes in between here. But this goes around, and these are the knots that are protection. Normally this knot can, the double figure 8 knot can hold you no matter what, but insurance purposes makes us have a safety knot. So those are the rituals and that, what you have to do when you go to new gyms and your harness. But yeah, so that's pretty much what you have to do for that. I'm going to leave this on, sorry guys, it's not coming off. But yeah, within rock climbing, there are certain traditions that make the sport, the history of rock climbing, the safety rituals, of course, and the gradings, the challenging of gradings. If you've never climbed before, I challenge you to try it, or even visit Smith Rock. It's always fun to watch people or even climb. So, for all of you, be safe, have fun, and climb hard. Thank you.